What is up? I'm glad you found your way to this video on learning how to varial kickflip. This shows that you're hungry to progress, and that's already a big step taken. It's one of my goals to teach the world how to skate. That's why I made this high quality trick tip. I'll explain to work towards the trick step by step and try to cover the issues you can encounter. I know skateboarding is tough and difficult to learn, but you can make it. Just gotta believe in yourself, and this tutorial is gonna help you. So quick introduction of the varial kickflip. It is a backside shove it combined with a kickflip. This trick is infamous for being hated in skateboarding, but I actually think that's lame. It's a trick like any other trick. If you work long enough on it, you can pop it really well. Or you can even do the scissors. And especially in the beginning, it's fun to learn. It might be your first flip trick that is a little more complex than a kickflip. We're starting to add more rotation, and that's awesome. Like, I learned how to varial kickflip after like 2 years of skating, when I was still hopping around like that. Here is like some recordings of Baby Geiger. It's also like the best step to have this unlocked before you're gonna learn how to Tre Flip. Being well prepared is important. This also counts for skateboarding. For sure, you need to know how to shove it. Even better, if you also know how to pop shove. And what we also need, of course, is the kickflip. I actually knew a guy that could do varial flips with no kickflips, but I think that's an exception, so it makes sense to build up like this. It's also good if you know how to, like, let's say frontside 180, backside 180. Just cruising around in a skate park is gonna help you. Like, every second that you spend on your board can help you on other tricks. So that being said, let's finally start working on the trick. We're gonna start this off with the most basic thing, with the foot positioning. Alright, so front foot goes first. You can set it up like on a kickflip. You see the foot is angled. I'm placing it right behind the bolts. This is just the way that works best for me though. I'd say you could also put your front foot further in the back, closer to the bolts of your back truck. You can also move it a little more to the center of your board, towards the other edge of the board. This is just my go-to positioning. The back foot is in a shove it position. I'd say this is the best way to set up for it. Of course, you can also put it a little further back, more towards the center of the tail, but I just prefer this shove it setup. So we have a lot of options. I just recommend my go-to. If this is not working out, the next step you can do is just put your front foot further back. So skateboarding is kind of like trial and error, and you'll just have to try what works best for you. So what kind of motion is gonna make the magic of a varial flip happen? Easier said than done. We have a shove it combined with a kick flip. If we compare the varial flip with the shove it, we can see that movement of the back foot, like it's forcing the board to do that shove. So I'd say the back foot is pretty much doing the same thing. We don't have to focus on that one too much because you already got this in your muscle memory. Like, I'd say it's more important to focus on the front foot. It's also because kick flips are more difficult than shoves. So now the front foot is gonna do the kick flip, and it's really important to have that flick. Remember to bend to make that movement with your front foot. But other than on a kick flip, the front foot is going out like all the way straight. Like on kick flips, you go out a little bit sideways. This is not the case on the varial flip. It has to be flipped straight or even a little inward. So to break the trick down into pieces, we're gonna roll up in this foot positioning, and I'd say it's easier to do it rolling. Just go very slow. It's just important to go slow. It's gonna help you with the balance, and it's gonna make it less risky to fall. So we're gonna roll up in this foot positioning. We're gonna feel good. Awesome. All right, and we're gonna make ourselves ready to pop. Now here you can see I'm quite popping the tail a lot, other than on the shove. If you want to get a really high varial flip, you'll have to do that. Like, it's gonna make it easier to flip if you push down your tail a lot. You're just gonna have the right timing. And when we're talking about timing, you see like both things are happening simultaneously, the flip and the shove. We can also clearly see the front foot is going out pretty straight. Here we go again. With the kick flip, we need that flip. When it comes to catching the trick, especially in the beginning, your board is tending to land in the front of you like a lot. It might gonna make a distance. So make sure to lean over that edge. I'll explain this a little more in detail. So how to have the right approach to this? We're gonna set up. One more time, we're motivated to skate. Let's go. Some good and nice stretches to get ready. And we're gonna do a shove to warm up, to get our back foot familiar again with that movement. And optional, we're also gonna do a pop shove Let's go. Warm up is key as well. Good job if we already made it this far. Now we're gonna set up on the board, and first of all, like in the beginning, it's kind of scary to commit. I 100% understand up here, so we're just gonna try to catch it with one foot. If we're gonna change the place, we do that to have some awesome mountains in the background. And here we see, talking about failure. Like, it can happen that you only flip your board halfway. So why is this happening? For one reason, it could happen because you're going out sideways too much. Maybe you're not pushing your board down enough. There's a lot of reasons why this can happen. Maybe the timing isn't right, or maybe you're not popping it enough. Like I said, skateboarding is trial and error. It also helps if you're like recording yourself and compare like your footage to my footage. So just try this over and over again till you can finally make it and catch it with one foot, with the front foot only. It can also happen that you're not getting like the full 180 of the shove. In that case, you just gotta give a little more momentum to the back foot. Doing this still standing, you will figure the board is landing quite in front of you. So to exaggerate, right now I'm really leaning over my board and I kind of jump towards the direction of my body weight. So keep that in mind, even if you just catch it with one foot. Talking about the shoulders, I almost keep them parallel to my board. So when we're back to this place, like here, I'm not trying to pop the trick like crazy. And primo, yeah, that's also an option. Work creative with the trick. Like, always keep in mind you can combine these tricks. We start working on it like still standing, popping on it. And I know it's a little bit scary, but at some point you just have to commit. Like, try to land on your board with both feet no matter what happens. Like, you can land primo, that's always kind of a risk. But other than that, it ain't too dangerous. Also, as said, if you spend a lot of time on your board, you'll have more balance to land and roll away. That is actually key to making. That's basically it. Work your way step by step towards the trick. Like, if you can't do it after just one session or just 1 week, don't give up. Like, you can always go back and practice on your kickflips and your shoves. That will help you again to work on the varial flip. And to be honest, for me, it was kind of hard to get a super clean varial flip. Like, it took some tries. It ain't easy. Skateboarding is difficult. That's why we love it. And one more time, this is one of the best ways to prepare for Tre Flips. Like, one of the most awesome tricks ever. Me, back in the day, I got kind of creative with the trick, adding a body varial into it. That's also a possibility. It's not too difficult and it actually works kind of well on banks. And that was it. All you need to know about varial flips. Have a lot of fun trying this trick, learning it, and the reward of learning a new trick is always gonna feel awesome. So look forward to that feeling as well. Appreciate the baby steps that you're getting, like your shoves are gonna get better, your kickflip is gonna get better. It's also important to focus on that one. It's a process, it's time take, but it's paying off. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know if you liked the style of this tutorial. Also, make sure to subscribe if you're new to this channel. Maybe discuss your varial flip issues in the comment section. Let me know what trick tip I should be doing next. If you want to support me, all the links in the description. I put in a lot of work and effort into these videos. I appreciate your help. Thank you so much. Have a great day.